So this is a tragic situation. Why have conditions been so dangerous? Is it just about the amount of snow that's fallen?
It's largely about the amount of snow that's fallen, but there's also a weak layer of snow inside our snowpack right now that new snow is falling on top of.
And what usually triggers an avalanche, Richard?
Well, we get hundreds of avalanches that are triggered by nature just by the mass of the new snow that falls onto the snowpack. But we're most concerned about human-triggered avalanches when we go out and we're recreating in the snow. And those are the ones where we're going to have human involvements.
So there were avalanche warnings in place, it seems, in this instance. What factors are looked at when coming up with those risk forecasts?
Yeah, there are professional forecasters. They look every day. They're looking at the stability in the snowpack. They're looking at where the weak snow is in the snowpack, how big an avalanche might be, how likely it is to trigger. And they put out a daily advisory to let us know just that information.
And you, as an instructor and somebody who leads people on these backcountry trips, what if there is a warning out there? How do you cope with that? What actions do you take to consider that?
Yeah, when the danger is elevated, we choose more conservative terrain choices. Avalanches don't happen in random terrain. They happen in specific pieces of terrain we call avalanche terrain. And when the danger is elevated, we try to put more space between us and the avalanche terrain.
What happens inside the snowpack during an avalanche, Richard?
Yeah, inside the snowpack, the way I look at it is, the way I visualize it is we have a layer of chocolate fudge brownies that are sitting on top of a layer of crisps. And when the chocolate fudge brownie layer gets heavy enough, the crisps can't hold it up anymore. And they fail, and the chocolate fudge brownie or the slab of snow goes sliding down the hill.
And you've been caught up in an avalanche yourself, haven't you, in California? Was it in this region?
It was close to this region. Yeah, and it's something that I don't recommend people engage in. If you're caught in an avalanche, you cannot move. You are 100% reliant upon your partners on your team to save your life at that point.
So what happened to you?
Fortunately, I had good partners who had been trained and practiced in avalanche rescue, and they were able to dig me out pretty quickly.
And speed is of the essence in terms of rescue?
Speed is of the essence. If you can find your buried partners within 10 minutes, you have a great chance of finding them alive. If you wait 30 minutes, then the chances are pretty slim.
And people die from the injuries they have or die from suffocation. It's such an awful subject, but what's the usual way it happens?
Well, a lot of people die from asphyxiation. Some people die from trauma. So even if we're good at avalanche rescue, there's no guarantee that we're going to find our friends alive in the snow. Yeah. So the best course of action is to avoid getting buried to begin with.
Is it possible to out-ski an avalanche, Richard?
Not for most skiers, no. They're moving very, very quickly. 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour. They're easily going that fast. So we're not out skiing them generally.
And is avalanche risk changing as winter temperatures rise?
I look at the weather on a scale of days to a week or two out. So what's going on with the climate and how it's affecting the avalanche danger is really outside of my scope.
Okay. And what's the forecast? Is more snow expected?
Yeah, we're getting a lot more snow in the coming days.